All right, so this is like this is day 3, right? I think I made a video. I didn't make a video on day 1 because I really didn't plan to quit. Because usually you would say that, what would you say? You would say, oh, you're a quitter. And you would think, oh, that's a bad thing. But I will tell you, sometimes it's really good to quit, right? I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna say, right, quitting sometimes is like the best thing for you. And period, point blank, that's what I'm doing when I'm decided to quit vaping. I say quit smoking because to me they're like the same thing, but not really. I smoked cigarettes for 10 years, but let me be honest, it was 12. So for a baker's dozen, I smoked cigarettes. But for like at least probably last 10 years, I did actually smoke analogs, old school. I smoked I smoked traditional cigarettes. And in the last, I think 2 years ago, maybe it was 2020, when I got my 2020 vision, I started, because hindsight's 2020, and so I got that 2020 vision. I realized, like, especially, I think that's when COVID hit. I'd have to check the dates, guys, but whatever. That's what I think. So that's when COVID happened, and that's when I was like, I don't really want to die early because I, like, literally contributed it to it. So I decided to quit smoking traditional smokes. I did that because that's what they recommended, actually, like on the NHS or whatever. I'm in America. We don't have universal health care. So I was going with countries that do, and what do they recommend? Because, some countries support the health of their citizens and some don't. Let's just be real. Unfortunately, I live in America. I'm sure there's a lot of you other guys that do too. And we just gotta figure it out for ourselves and do what's best for ourselves, because it's like, you're not gonna get help around here. For some reason they call that entitlement programs, yet we pay them with our taxes. But I'm going off tangent because I like to talk about everything, but let me go back to talking about me, okay, because the world can wait. So I decided to quit smoking randomly. Like I said, 10 years I smoked traditional smoke, so that's a decade. But then I started vaping. I was like, well, all the kids are doing it, it can't be that bad. So honestly, thanks kids, because you guys were all vaping, and I really wish you wouldn't, but I will say vaping did help me get off of traditional smoke. So for that reason, thanks for whoever made that a real thing, that we could vape out of an electronic USB, whatever. Who came up with that? Thanks, because you did help me get off of the traditional smokes. And I'm on day 3 now. Day 3, and that's a W. That's what I'm saying. And I'll tell you guys why I'm throwing this up, because I've been throwing up deuces since 2020 when I got my 2020 vision. But now I'm throwing up W's. So I had to take a few L's to get here. But I say, let me show you guys so I can show you why I'm going to say this is a W. So I'm going to say take your L's and turn them into W's. So that's a win. So, but an L could be a loss, an L could be a lesson, all right? So take it how you got to. I'm gonna say I took a lot of L's since 2020. I think the whole world did. But are they, like I said, are you gonna take it as a loss, or are you gonna take it as a lesson? I decided that most every L I took was gonna be a lesson. I'm done taking losses, especially for extenuating circumstances that have nothing to do with me. So instead, all the L's I took, I turned them into lessons, and lessons can be your blessings. So, it's true. So I know I'm a little ramble, and maybe it's hard to keep up with me, but I'm a little bit, hyped up on life right now. So deal with it. So yeah, I'm talking about W's, right? So I'm taking those L's, turning them into W's. And so, like I said, once I got my 2020 vision, I switched to vaping. And now that I'm in 2022 and this is my motherfucking year, just the numbers align really for me. So I decided, I didn't even decide to quit smoking. It just randomly happened on Sunday that my vape was just not working. And usually whenever my vape stopped working, because I started vaping, I tried vaping 10 years ago, And I was like, this is just like, every time it would break or something, you know, I didn't even want to fix anything like a coil or anything. I just couldn't handle it. Because my nicotine brain, my reptilian brain was like, just give me my nicotine. So of course, if my vape didn't work like 10 years ago, I'd just go buy a pack of smokes, like bam, you know, like I don't even know, like every excuse I could come up with, I had for why I couldn't give up those traditional smokes. They really, really had my soul, you know, like I needed them. Like without them, I would just freak out. But I think that was like, I don't know, like I said, it was a crutch. That's what I said on day 2. I'm on day 3 now, and I feel like I'm winning because I've never made it to day 3, and it just seems a lot easier. It seems a lot easier to quit the vaping than it did to quit the traditional smokes. So for anybody who just, you can't put down those smokes, I couldn't. I needed them. I couldn't put them down for anything. Vaping really did help break that for me, thank God, because they smell disgusting, they look disgusting. The more I told myself that I should quit smoking, the more it made me want to do it more. Like, I don't know, I swear those something in those traditional smokes is like beyond addictive. It's I don't know what it is, but it's beyond addictive. So whatever. Vaping really helped me. Like, beside, like, I knew I would never go back to smoking traditional cigarettes. Like, it just was never going to happen. Like, vaping did save me halfway, you know? But now I'm doing the rest myself, and that's just, I know I don't need to be vaping, like, constantly. And I used to, I think when I first started vaping, like, 10 years ago, I would be like, oh, well, vape outside, kind of like how you smoke cigarettes. But what happened was that I vaped inside, too. So it's just, like, I did kind of feel like, okay, I'm not smoking a pack a day, but I am vaping constantly. And it is a little bit, you know, I realized, okay, maybe I'm not as addicted to the vaping as traditional smokes. And maybe, okay, my hands don't smell, my hair doesn't smell like smoke. It's not this like disgusting. I'm not an ashtray anymore, but I'm obviously still kind of addicted and obviously doing it during the day. And it just makes you feel like you're being controlled, you know? Like, and I realize I don't need that. Neither do you. And we have to really just like prove that to ourselves. And that's why I'm taking the W for myself, and I'm giving up vaping. I know that it's not good for you. When we can go and research why, but like, come on, like, we need to be able to breathe. I want to be able to breathe, and know that I'm not the very thing impeding that breath. So I guess maybe I'm finding my breath, and I am taking you guys on that journey with me. So yeah, day 3, I feel like I'm winning. We'll see if I think that tomorrow. I mean, like, literally, I've been a daily user for 12 years, so I'm like, that's a lot of years. Old habits die hard, but I think this is the time for me that I'm really going to get it done. And hopefully, you know, I can encourage others to do the same. Mwah.